All right, guys. Here we go. How have y'all been doing?
Good.
Scoot over somewhere.
I know what you mean. You're like, you're in your classroom is almost.
Okay, so we are going to do some social studies. I'm going to read y'all a book on, who is this?
Jimmy Carter.
Jimmy
I
Carter.
don't know the names.
We're going to learn about him.
Oh, that's the one.
Jimmy Carter.
Oh, yeah, that's...
We're going to learn about him and then we're going to do an activity.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Jimmy Carter was born in a very small town in Plains, Georgia in 1924. His father was a peanut farmer who owned many acres of land. Jimmy grew up with no electricity or indoor plumbing. His mother cooked on a wood-burning stove. Jimmy's family loved to read. At dinner, they brought their favorite books to the table. Everybody read and ate in silence. At night, the family read by kerosene lamp. In the morning, Jimmy woke up at 4 a.m. to work in the fields. His father planted corn, peanuts, and cotton. Jimmy spent a lot of time with his dad. They mostly worked together, but his father also taught him how to fish and hunt. What's your question?
My question was, that is the man who killed Martin Luther King.
No.
What's his name? His father?
You're talking about James Earl Ray. This is a different one. This is
James Earl
Carter.
I heard that he was a president before he killed him.
Okay, so this is a different person. There's similar names in there. They're different. You'll see. The Great Depression began in 1929. This was a time when many people lost their jobs and farms. Many families were starving. The Carter family survived and kept their farm. After finishing in high school in 1941, Jimmy studied at the Georgia Institute of Technology. After graduation, Jimmy pursued his next big goal. In 1943, Jimmy Carter was accepted into the U.S. Naval Academy in Annapolis, Maryland. During his stay, he met and married Rosalind Smith, which became Rosalind Carter. Jimmy looked forward to a long naval career, but his plans soon changed. In 1952, Jimmy Carter's father became very sick with cancer, so Jimmy came home to visit. Jimmy decided to leave the Navy and return to Plains, Georgia to run the family peanut farm. He taught Sunday school, he chaired the school board, and he raised his 4 children. In 1962, Jimmy Carter ran for state senate as a Democrat and won. During his 2 terms in office, Jimmy worked to improve education in Georgia. Then he decided to run for governor. He lost his first election, but he didn't give up. He ran again and won governor. As a governor, Jimmy began to work for equality in Georgia. He hired several African Americans for state office. Then he shocked everyone by hanging pictures of major black leaders in the state capitol. This had never been done before. Now Jimmy wanted to accomplish more. In 1976, he ran for president of the United States.
Excuse me?
Yes.
How did Jimmy Carter become president if he was broke?
We're about to get there. At first, people ignored him. He was running for president. Jimmy kept speaking to voters across the country about issues he thought that mattered. People started to listen to Jimmy's message. One of the last presidents had left office because of a crime. So the American people wanted a moral president. Just, normal, do things that's right, president, that they could trust. Jimmy fit the bill just right. In 1976, the Democratic Party picked Jimmy to run for president, and he won. While in office, Jimmy asked Americans to save energy, to set up the Department of Education. At Camp David, he helped leaders from Israel and Egypt agree to a peace between the nations, and they still do. Jimmy also urged the Soviet Union, known as Russia, to stop making nuclear weapons. Jimmy Carter ran for re-election in 1980 to Ronald Reagan, but lost. The poor economy was one reason why. Many people had lost their jobs, and America was dealing with the energy crisis. After the presidency, Jimmy just didn't sit back. They opened the Carter Center to help fight for human rights around the world and provide food and medical care for poor people. They also built houses for the needy. In 2002, Jimmy Carter won the Nobel Peace Prize for his efforts toward peace and humanity.
Excuse me?
Yes. You can skip over.
The book won't tell us who he won a battle again when he became president.
Okay, so
Choice.
it said that one president lost because of a crime, that he got put out because of a crime. So Jimmy Carter, no, presidents have different things they can do that sometimes aren't right, and then Congress is like, oh, you can't do that, we're gonna put you out, we're gonna put somebody else in. But it did say his next opponent was Ronald Reagan, and he lost. Not because he was a bad person, but because of the economy at the time.
Ronald Reagan. I know that.
You've heard that name?
He's he was kind of looked like a manager.
Okay,
He's a president.
he was a president. Okay, so Jimmy Carter. Who can tell me something they remember about Jimmy Carter that I read? Who can tell me something? Cameron. His father was a peanut farmer, Mackenzie. You just knew he was 100 years old. He was 100 years old when he died. He actually died very recently. It was a big thing on the news.
He died on sometime January last
He died, that's right. Harper, what do you know? What do you remember?
He was president of the United States.
He
He
was.
was the first president that born in Georgia. And then
He was the president, and he was born in Georgia, Marcus.
the first president. He looks like Donald Trump, and his wife died before him, and
His wife did that before him. Good job.
I'm not finished.
Okay, keep going.
And he kind of looked like Donald Trump.
You think so? Look at his picture. I think so.
He Donald Trump.
There's some similarities there. Yes, Cameron. Mackenzie, sit up.
I'm just gonna check
That's fine.
the doors.
That's fine.
No, she's videotaping.
And his dad got him into a car. That's how we learned it.
He did. I didn't know that. That's pretty cool. Mackenzie, what you need? What you got?
He was the first black person to be a president in that way.
No,
Well,
he was white. He was the first president to hang up pictures of African American leaders. Yes, yes.
That was Martin. Are we going to write about something?
We are about to write something. Harper, turn around. Okay, so y'all remember some good information. You did remember good information.
I did all of it. Yeah.
So, I'm gonna pass you each a clipboard, and it has a Venn diagram, and I'm gonna tell you what we're gonna do with
There
it.
it is. Just want to come by your house.
Here's your Venn diagram. Here's YouTube one. Alright, here's your pencil. Go ahead and write your name. Get your pencil. Go ahead and write your name up here.
Oh, I don't know how to spell mine.
Write your name.
I do not. Okay, then.
Write your name.
Why is my name the longest, but not finished? Mackenzie.
Your name's the longest, but you finished before everyone else.
Yeah, I finished right.
Okay.
I finished my name.
Your name. Good job. Okay. So, you're gonna write your last name too? That's fine. That's fair.
I'll do my name.
Okay, so on one side you're gonna put me. You see those two lines? One side you're gonna put me.
Oh, is it me?
You're just gonna write me. It's okay. It's okay. You're just gonna write me. Emmy. Emmy. And then you're gonna put Jimmy Carter. And you need to know how to spell his name. Jimmy Carter. Jimmy Carter. It's okay. You can put Jimmy Carter. Good job, Cameron.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I said the class. Please just let me get out of the way. Just push me. Here's one. These are good.
Yes. I
had two babies.
Well, we're gonna talk about it. Marcus, we're gonna talk about it. Mackenzie, sit up. Sit on your bottom. Okay. So, what are we supposed to do here on this Venn diagram?
Write things about
Sorry, we didn't know y'all's transfer.
What do you have in common?
Push me.
What do you have in common? What do you not have in common?
What do you have in common and what you have that is different? Very good. So,
So do we write both up here? Question, but I don't want to be anything but we are
it's okay.
Jimmy
Okay, so that is a common thing. Okay, so you're gonna write about how you are different. You're gonna compare yourself. The word is compare. You're gonna compare yourself to Jimmy Garner on your bottom.
There's nothing wrong with only things are
Okay, so you can put you are the same race. You're the same race. You can put is Jimmy Garner a boy or girl? You can put your boys. That's something you have in common. But I want you to think a little bit deeper than that. Okay, you can put that S-K-I-N skin. I want you to
same color as you.
no. I want you to think a little bit deeper than that. So Jimmy Carter valued education.
Girl. I'm a girl.
Do you value education?
Yeah.
Okay, so that's something that you would have in common, Mackenzie. Do you like to do your best? I'll be able to read it. Do your best.
What did it say?
You like education. Harper, come here. What's another thing about him?
He knows how to swim.
Okay, he knows how to swim. Do you have that in common with him?
Cause I didn't hear me in the lake too.
Okay, so you can
He
put.
pushed me in the lake to get a fish. So how Jimmy Carter learned to swim, his dad threw him in the lake.
What about?
He's 7 years old.
What about he loved to help people? Did he like to help people?
Yes.
Do you like to help people?
Yes, yes.
That could be something you have in
Well,
common.
I got to listen. I help people all the time. I don't listen.
I love that you guys are thinking and talking about your ideas.
I have to fill in all of these persons.
We're not gonna fill in all the blanks, but we're gonna write a good bit.
I know he was born in 1320. Or was he born?
He was born in 1920. What year? Who remembers?
I don't know what.
1924.
I don't. 1920.
Were you born in 1924?
Yes.
No, you were not.
I don't. Still be on 100 years
Oh,
old.
I know one y'all have not thought about. What state was he born in?
Oh, Plains, Georgia.
What state were you born in?
Georgia.
You were born in Georgia. That's the county, but you were born in Georgia,
I
right?
wasn't born in Georgia.
Okay, so that's the difference for you. So you would put born in Alabama, and you would put over here born in Georgia for him. But raise your hand if you were born in Georgia. Right, born in Georgia in the middle if you were born in Georgia.
You can't call it like that.
If you were not born in Georgia, write the state over here that you were born in. And then write the state he was born in, because that's a difference. So you were born in Virginia? Okay, so put born in Georgia over here. That's a good difference.
I just moved here because there's a lot of violence.
Okay.
But there's a lot of violence stuff in my backyard.
What,
I don't know what you should have to backyard. Tell me what's in your backyard.
what's another,
Georgia.
what was his job?
Peanut farmer?
He was a peanut farmer, he was a president, he was a governor. All of those. Have you been the president?
Yes.
You've been the president? When were you the president?
Of the class.
Of the class? Okay.
Yeah, you can't be.
Were you
Guess
the,
what? When I was in kindergarten, I slammed somebody into the table because they were being too fast. Because when I got tired of it. Wait, I should
but you were the president. Okay, so he was president. What are you? What's your job now? Your age?
I had school.
You go to school.
I don't know.
Georgia, do your best. Do your best. I'll be able to read it.
Georgia.
Y'all both are born in Georgia. You go to school. That's your job right now. What was his job? Okay, so that's all right. Listen, that's a good difference. Listen, that's a good difference. Mackenzie said that he's deceased, but you're not. There are some of these leaders that you study. There are some of these leaders that you study about that are still living. He is not, but he died recently. So you could put difference that you're alive and he's deceased. That's a good difference. It's okay.
I think it's D-I.
No, just sound it out. I'll be able able to read it, okay?
Can I put I'm dead?
No, are you?
No.
Okay.
Would you be
Okay,
if
you're
you were
alive.
dead? If you were dead, then would you die?
Okay, what's another?
He had a horse and we haven't had a horse.
Okay, so that's a difference for you. But that.
a horse.
Okay, so that wouldn't be a difference for you.
So then right in the middle. I took
You can say own farm animals. If you own farm animals.
I do ride a horse because technically I do horseback riding, but my mom. I have a horse, but it's just not at my.
Okay, let me see what we got.
I rode a cow before. It was when I was younger and stuff because I grew up where cows are. Thousands of them.
All right, let me go ahead and give me these Venn diagrams and give me your pencils.
If you have chickens, is it a farm? Or no?
It could be. Some people have chickens. Some people have chicken farms.
I have chicken farms. That's all I have.
Okay.
But the farm kills.
Mackenzie, finish your thought, baby.
Okay. Farm.
Okay. Now give me your pencil.
I'm sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. We're comparing and contrasting, and now we're gonna talk about it. Thank you. Now give me your pencil. Now we're gonna take turns and sit on your bottom. We're gonna practice raising our hand when we're gonna speak this time. Okay. Okay.
So what?
If one of your friends is speaking and you want to speak, I need you to raise your hand because I'm about to ask you some questions. So sit on your bottom, Harper, Mackenzie. Yes. Marcus, what is a difference that you put between you and Jimmy
I
Carter?
love Jimmy.
What was a difference that you put?
A difference
What did y'all have?
is that I'm big. The reason
Girls.
what I put is that he's dead and I'm.
Okay, he is deceased and you're living. One more, okay.
He had a wife.
Okay, he's married and you're not. One last one, okay. One more and then I'm moving on.
How many did he say? He's a president and I'm not.
Very
Wait,
good. You're done. Cameron, what's the difference that you put between you and Jimmy Carter?
I
The difference.
have two.
Okay, give me two.
I was born 2016 in Virginia. He was born 20. He was born 1924.
Very good.
It plays.
Very good. So y'all were born in different years and in different states. High five. Thank you so much. Because you're being silly, but you did a good job. Mackenzie, what's the difference that you put between you and Jimmy Carter?
He was a president. He had a horse and a farm, but I didn't.
Okay, so he had a farm, but you don't. Good job. High five. We're not talking when our friends are talking. Harper, what's the difference that you put?
He has a peanut farm and I don't.
He had a peanut farm and you don't. Okay, one more.
Jeremy.
Now we're gonna go around and do what we have the same, what we have in common, okay? Marcus, what is something that you put that you have in common with Jimmy Carter?
I can't say it's gonna be okay. I'm a boy and he is a girl.
You were both the same gender, that's right. Cameron, what is something that you have in common with Jimmy Carter?
He had a life and a mom and a dad, and I had a life and a mom.
Okay, he had a mom and a dad and you have a mom and a dad. Mackenzie, what is something that you put that you have in common with Jimmy Carter?
We both have the same color.
You're both the same skin color. Harper, what is something that you put? You have two, so give me two.
We both have the same skin color, and we both help people with stuff.
You like to help people. High five. Thank you so much. Thinking outside the box. We're gonna play something real quick. It's called.
Jimmy Carter.
I am. Because I'm working with you guys. I want to hear what you know.
On the cruise that I went on, there were these trivias. There was like this Barbie trivia, and it was like, what year was the first Barbie made?
I'm gonna ask you some questions like that, but it's gonna be about Jimmy Carter. And
So it's Jimmy Carter cookie.
don't shout out answers. I'm looking for a quiet hand raised. The first hand I see go up, I'm calling on you. So you better have your answer ready. Ready? I'm gonna ask you there is fast facts. Okay, there, fast facts. I haven't asked a question yet. What year was Jimmy Carter born? Marcus.
He was born in 1924.
Very good. Where was Jimmy Carter born? Cameron.
Georgia.
Lyons, Georgia. Very good. What kind of farm? Harvard. Peanut farm. What branch of the military?
Oh, bring it to the military. The Navy.
The Navy. High five. You were listening. What was his wife's name? Cameron.
Roosevelt Carter.
Rosalind. Very close. Rosalind. Did he go to church? Harper.
No.
Yes, he did. What did he do at church? Mackenzie.
He worked.
What did he do?
He taught us Sunday school.
Taught Sunday school. Very good. Did he die 50 years ago? Marcus.
No, he just died last year.
Very good. Let me think. Who did he run against for president the second time?
That was Cameron.
Oh, think about it. Who did he run against for president the second time? Marcus.
Reagan.
Ronald Reagan. High five. Good job. Who knows the name of the center that they opened? The center that they opened to help families. Cameron. The Carter Center. High five. Did he like education? Harper.
Yes.
Yes. Name one thing he liked to do. Cameron.
Books.
He liked to read. Another thing he liked to do. Mackenzie.
He liked to fun fact, he actually did like to see the people working in his house.
He liked to work on houses. Harper.
He liked helping other people if they are poor.
He liked
If
helping.
they are treated unfair. He works in the community.
He loves helping in the community. All right, hands down. Hands down. I've got I think a few more questions I'm going to ask you guys. And we went over some of this. Okay? Okay. These are some fun facts about Jimmy Carter. Listen, this is just a little fun activity. This is some fun facts about Jimmy Carter that I want you to listen to. So maybe you can go home and surprise mom, dad, grandma, aunt, uncle, whoever with this information. These are did you know facts. Are you ready? Jimmy Carter learned Latin. It's a language.
I know.
Put your hands down. This is just fun facts. Jimmy Carter learned Latin so he could help his son with his schoolwork. Another fun fact, Jimmy won the Nobel Peace Prize in 2002. Jimmy Carter taught Sunday school in Georgia. We went over that. Jimmy Carter started his own business when he was 6 years old.
I started my business.
How old are y'all?
I started my business. I'm not 7.
You're 7, you're 9. Okay. So he started his business when he was younger than y'all. Could you imagine running a business at 6 years old?
I started a business as soon as I started a business when I was like 4. I had mommy.
Okay. One last question, and I want you to raise your hand. This is how we're going to end it. I want you to tell me a fact that stood out to you about Jimmy Carter. I want you to tell me one fact, not about what color he was, not about where he was born, something that really stood out to you about who he was and what he did. Okay? Raise your hand when you think you have your answer. Marcus.
How did he have his own business only at 6 years old?
So that stood out to you.
What was his business?
He started running the peanut farm. So that stood out to you that he was a business owner at 6. Grew them. He didn't make them, he grew
I
them.
thought George Washington Carver.
He was the plant doctor. Okay, Mackenzie, sit down. Cameron, what really stood out to you? What did you learn today about Jimmy Carter that you really enjoyed? Mackenzie, hang on.
That he was
He earned a Nobel Peace Prize. He did. Do y'all have an answer yet? What's something that really stood out to you about him? It could be about who he helped, what he did. You've already answered. Barbara. He enjoyed helping other people. That's right. Mackenzie, what stood out to you?
It's how he grew up with a pony and he had to raise a pony, but also not let him eat the peanuts and then he blew it.
Right. If all the animals would have ate peanuts, he wouldn't have had any left.
Did
That's right.
Jimmy Carter make peanut butter?
No. But you can make peanut butter from peanuts.
How?
That's what, because that's where it comes from.
Yeah, peanut. They use butter.
All right, guys. We're gonna wrap this up. High five. High five. Good job. High five. High five. Okay, thank you. All right, guys. You can go ahead and stand up.